We talk about this capital raising. Where are you? What's the status?
First of all, thank you for having me. It's such a great event. I think for Traveloka, we've been always been conservative in raising funds, right? We've been very selective in terms of working with investors that also think like us, think in long term, and are also able to help us grow our businesses, right? So for next fundraising, we will be doing the same. We'll be trying to find partners, strategic or not, that are able to continue to help us look at the business in the long term and help us grow new businesses together with us.
But how close are you to closing the current funding round? And what kind of valuation are you looking at?
Yeah, I think you'll know when it's done.
Give us a sense. What are you targeting? What are you looking at?
So we are at a stage where we are relatively stable in our core businesses, but we also want to grow into new verticals such as lifestyle and financial services. So the potential partners that we are looking at will be able to help us grow these new verticals.
So in terms of funding, what would you need to ensure that you achieve those goals?
Traveloka has been known as being one of the more conservative companies related to with regard to our peers in Southeast Asia, right? We've been conservative in terms of fundraising and burn as well. So I think in such an environment, I think our company can stand out even more.
Ferry, what's your exit strategy?
We like what we are doing today. We love building products and services for South Asian consumers, be it for travel or lifestyle. But at some point in time, of course, we will consider an IPO. Right? I think it's good to be public. It forces the company to be very good in terms of governance, and that will increase the quality of the company.
So realistically, when can you IPO? Within the next 1 to 2 years, 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, say maybe 2 or 3 years from now.
In terms of your growth strategy and in terms of your IPO, let's talk about picking up on your IPO. Are there intentions for you to do a dual listing?
There has been conversations that we've had with the Indonesia Stock Exchange. I think the government is very supportive of tech companies, and they do want to see one of the local champions be listed in local exchange. But at the same time, we are also thinking about listing in one of the global exchanges where a lot of tech companies also list.
Would that be in the US?
Probably.
The company has yet to be profitable. When can you expect to be?
In terms of business model, I think we've had one of the more stable ones compared to other unicorns, and we have a clear path to profitability. Right, it's been like that since the beginning, and it's always, and it still is today.
And you can be profitable within the next 3 to 5 years.
Yes, we certainly hope so. In fact, probably much earlier.
President Joko Widodo has made technology a priority. He wants to build a digital economy and willing to spend a lot of money in building the infrastructure. How do you see Traveloka capitalize on that strategy?
Yeah. The support that the government has given to tech companies, including Traveloka, has been amazing, right? We've never seen anything like it. All the ministry, all the way from transportation ministry, all the way to tourism, have been supportive of tech companies. And not only supportive, they actually engage us in helping them achieve their bold goals, and I think we've been very happy to do so.
How do you hope to capitalize then? I mean, how do you seize the opportunity that is brought to you from having, millennials, for instance, who are very clued in when it comes to tech?
Yeah. So one of the key priorities for the government is to develop new tourism destinations. Right? I think today Indonesia might be depending too much on Bali, and the government has been trying to add a lot more new Balis in the next short few years. So I think it's one of the key priorities that we can take advantage of.
I'm wondering right now as well, you have 35 million active users. Given the potential that you just talked about, how can you grow your user base?
Yeah. So we are very focused on the Southeast Asian consumers, right? So we've been evolving with them, and Southeast Asian consumers, they are very mobile. They depend on their mobile phone a lot, and increasingly they are looking to do more and more on their app. And our product and services have been following this trend as well, right? For example, we added not only traditional travel categories, but also lifestyle categories such as movie booking, beauty and spa booking, all the way to restaurants vouchers, right?
Before we let you go, Ferry, just one final question. Softbank is a backer of Traveloka. Have you had any instructions or encouragement from Softbank for you to perhaps tighten your belt or cut down on the kind of discounts the company has been giving?
Actually, Softbank is not an investor. They are an investor in many other companies in the region, but we are not one of them. But we've been very happy with our investors base. We have a smaller set of investors that trust in the company, trust in the management, and look at us in a long-term way.